G'day. In this video I'm going to walk you through just arriving at camp. This could be for a caravan, camper trailer, in my case poptop, a little bit different to maybe the average caravan. And I want to walk you through. There's a certain order you need to do this, otherwise it just gets all a mess. So let's walk that through and let's go. When you arrive and you're just about to use the jockey wheel and release the caravan or the camper trailer from the car, definitely want to chock it. There's a few ways you can do it. I'm on my latest version of doing it, which I think this is the ideal for me, and it could be the ideal for you. So what I've got is I've got two basic chocks. They're reasonably heavy, they're solid rubber. Put one behind the wheel, one in front of it. That's it. You have a couple of choices I can think of. You can get these. Now they cost almost nothing. I think they're about $8 or something. I lost one. And at one stage I drove over it rather than, I went the wrong way. Instead of driving off over it, I accidentally reversed up and the caravan, once the weight of the caravan got on it, it literally blew it apart, splinters went everywhere. Another chock I fell infatuated with was this guy. I liked it because it's small, convenient, you can put it almost anywhere, and it's easy to store, etc. and easy to set up. Basically what you've got is you've got the, it's metal, lift it, pull that little piece of steel down, and that's it, locked. Goes in under one of the wheels or on the other side, going the other way. Now the reason I was only infatuated and not in love with it is because it let me down. The other day when I had to put the van up on a slope, I used this on the bottom and all it did was rolled off that slope. I don't have a very heavy van and it's just munched this. So it's almost made this straight. So not a great option in the future for me. Well, there you have it. You've just pulled up. I'll get out my trusty little knee board and start to work. I'm leaving the chains on, remember? Leave the chains on in case when you're releasing the tow ball, suddenly the car moves one way or the other. At least the chain will keep it. If it goes that way, the chain will keep it taut. So we undo the Anderson plug. The 7-pin, or depending whether you're in New South Wales or Queensland, might be a flat one, might be round. Get these out nice and clear of all this area. Pull on the handbrake, if you're strong enough. Release, make certain that that's released so it'll come up, and start winding the right way. And what I do is, just as it's coming up, I just double check the chocks are nice and secure, because even though the chocks are there, you don't want the chocks to be a little bit away from the wheel and it rolled that little section. So I'm just going to check those chocks. Chocks are fine. It's going this way. Going up. Yep, it's free now. Then what I do is I wind it up. Probably a very dangerous way of doing it, but I just want to be sure that the drawbar is clear of the tow ball, because if it's not, you don't want it to clip it and start pulling the caravan in its unprepared state. I just put my hand under there, definitely clear. That means I can drive the vehicle away now and I'm ready to go. To do this job properly, you'll need either this tool, which is usually supplied with the caravan, and it's just a matter of slotting it onto the nut and turning the handle to raise it up or down. Or some people have chosen these days to use the drill. It's a normal standard ratchet. Make certain you get the exactly right size. I started off with one which wasn't quite right and it got me all sorts of mischief. Exactly right there, and obviously forward to do it up and reverse to undo it. you've arrived at camp, you're going to lower the 4 legs. This one I'm doing manually. Undo it by hand, and you'll see it's like a wheel, the base is a wheel. Make certain that's clear of the infrastructure, and once it is, then you can pull this, which gives you the ability to lower the shaft. Do it so it's about 90 degrees, then wind it back up. Wind it enough, you can just see the van's taking the strain. You're not trying to lift the van, just trying to take the strain so that when you're walking inside, there's no movement. It's just nice and firm, it's like a flat floor. And that's it. Try and get this task done early in the day. It's early in the day here, but still pretty jolly hot. Okay, make certain it's in the undo position. Done. When I first arrive at camp, once I've done a couple of the basics, I always like to lay out the mat and then the step so you can easily get in and out of the van without taking all the mud or the sand or the dirt inside. So let's do that. It's a bit easier with 2. Next I lay a basic mat, only because I'm concerned about the step I put on it in case it puts holes in it. It probably wouldn't, but probably not a bad idea. The last thing I put down is this thing called a mud mat. I love these things. They do seem a little bit expensive, but I've had mine now for a year, and it's basically just as if it's brand new. What it does is it picks up a lot of the dirt and muck just before you enter the van. There you go. Home sweet home. Let's do next on the menu, and that's to pop the top, if you've got a pop top. There's 5 things you need to remember, and you absolutely need to remember this. A real great little tip is, if you start a job, finish it no matter what interruptions you get, because if you forget to do it in the wrong order, you could be in all sorts of troubles. For example, if you click the cassette ready to push it up and you forget to unlock the latches, you're inside pushing really hard, and you might actually succeed in eventually getting the roof up, but you'll start busting all your lockdown latches. Little hint. Okay, let's do the cassette. So the way I always remember for lifting the roof up is I always say down for up. Push the lever down before you push the roof up. Down. Now I've started the job, I've got to finish it. So that's 1 out of the 5. I now have to unlock each one of the latches. And again, don't get halfway through it. You undo 2 latches and someone says, oh, can you give me a hand here? Finish the whole 5. Undoing the 4 latches. Okay, next job is to go inside the van and push the roof up. Make certain when you're lifting the roof, the door is always open. Otherwise, it's almost impossible to get because of the vacuum that actually builds up inside the van. So just a reminder, outside, down, for up. I've clicked the cassette down. I'm now about to push the roof up. Don't forget, leave the door open. I've already done the other side, so now the roof is up, popped the top. Just while I think of it, I better get this done before there's actual potential damage done to the awning. My awning takes just a very little breeze and suddenly I've got to put it down again. I don't know whether it's my technique or I don't know what it is, but it's very frustrating. But one of the ways to stop the damage and stop the stress of the awning flapping up and down, there's one little trick is to loosen this guy, push down on it a little bit and then tighten it. Now that potentially should stop this moving back and should stop that. However, now the other alternative is to buy these. They're an anti-flapping kit. There's another one you can buy at like a dollar shop, which is quite narrow, and the danger of that is obviously that it could actually rip the material. So the way it works, that's it. Work out where the best, you can't put it back too far because this cord or the strap is going to be too short. So what I tend to do is I tend to put it just to the left of the where you do the adjustment and loosen this up so that the flap opens up and you can put the material in. Oh, come here, beastly. There we go. And tighten it firm. If you tighten it too loose, it'll just pop out. Then bring the little strap over. It's got Velcro on it. Pull the strap through, pull it, and Velcro. I don't know whether you can tell, but it's now, as well as pulling down this way, pulling here, it'll take some tension. I'll do it on the other side and it should mostly eliminate the problem I'm talking about. Loosen it, put the material between it, make certain you go through as deep as possible. You don't want to just nip it because you might tear, unlikely, but you might just tear the awning material. Flick your strap over, strap through, Velcro. Make certain the Velcro is covered all the way, not just catching it, because I have had it blow off before. And there you are. Now, because it's a lot more taut, it becomes less of a balloon or less of a kite. So that'll keep a bit of the breeze off, and the sun, and the moon. Well, there you have it, a video about setting up camp. I know it's pretty basic and it's ideal for newbies, or if you want to have systems in place. If you want to print out of that, let me know and I'll send you a PDF. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. This is 4-wheel drive, signing off.